This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
And you can tell from the show open that we have a new home. That was the old Magnolia Lobby studio in the open of the show. Mm-hmm. From the Acuff House, our new home on the Opry Plaza. It still has that new home smell. But we're radio and television people. Not for long. Not for long.
It still smells like coffee to me.
And these words came to me this morning in my CD collection from the great Paul Thorne, who's been a guest many times on Coffee, Country, and Cody through the years. Oh, I sin on Saturday. I repent on Sunday. Then I tell myself I won't procrastinate on Monday. Tuesday I do like I should. And Wednesday I do pretty good. Thursday Paul drops the ball. Then I backslide on Friday. Welcome to Friday on Coffee, Country, and Cody. We understand.
Backsliding on Friday.
The name of the song, I Backslide on Friday. As I was driving in, singing along, I thought, I got to open with that when we get to television.
That's
this
so
morning.
good.
Isn't that good?
Backsliding on Friday. I mean, you know, of the week, that's the day to do it, I guess.
Like Thursday, Paul drops the ball.
I hope my husband's listening to
Yeah,
that.
that works for him too, doesn't it?
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm Bill Cody. We got a house full of folks in here. Zach Bennett is in for Charlie Mattos. And, of course, our studio director is Annie Knight. Lexi Carter came to see us this morning. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Martin Fisher, our director of production. Our general manager is Eric Markham. Jeff Roberts and Joel Wilson, master control. And there's Kelly Sutton with the top stories in country music entertainment this morning.
Good morning. Yeah, we're going overseas, everybody. Jelly Roll playing his first international show. This was a long time coming. He'd been wanting to do some international shows, but he did not have a passport, so that has since been rectified. The craziest thing about this story is not the fact that he got to play somewhere outside of the U.S., it's who he brought on stage with him when he was there.
A former heartthrob for you?
Yeah, well, yeah.
What time period?
I mean, this was like, you know, late teens.
So boy band.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a boy band. I mean, it wasn't like a heartthrob. Like, I didn't like have a crush on him or anything. Maybe. I don't know.
A little bit.
I mean, he wasn't my favorite.
A little bit.
Okay, so we'll tell you more about that coming up in just a little bit. Plus, Miranda Lambert has a song on that Twister soundtrack along with everybody else in country music. But we will give you a little preview of that, plus a lot more coming up in entertainment headlines.
And thank you to Rob Ikes, Trey Hensley, and Della May for a wonderful night as a part of the 30th anniversary of Springer Mountain Farms Bluegrass Nights at the Ryman last night. I hosted that show, got in late and got up early. Are you at the Opry tonight?
I'm at the Opry tonight.
We'll run that full lineup here in just a little bit, but it does include John Party and Martina McBride. But right now, the word, Bill, is Castellows. I think I pronounced it 3 or 4 different ways regarding this upcoming Little Big Town celebration on August 30th, the Castellows.
Well, it looks like Castellows. I'm sure that they get that all the time.
Zach has a history with the Castellows.
Yes,
Yeah.
I introduced them on stage a few weeks ago, and I was teasing an entire day of lineups. We had 5 or 6 artists who were coming up throughout the afternoon out at the PNC Plaza stage at the Ryman. And the first time I said Castellows, and somebody came up to me and said, it's Castellows. You can say Castellows. So I did the rest of the day. And when I introduced the band, the drummer came up to me after the show and goes, you're the first person to ever introduce us with the correct pronunciation of the name.
You got lucky.
There you go.
Good for you.
You know what? I will say
love
this,
it.
and this is just a disclaimer out there. This is free media training for anybody that wants to take it. It's just for the taking. If your name could be pronounced multiple ways, do yourself the favor of recording yourself saying your name the way you want it pronounced and put it somewhere on your social media page and pin it. Because that is the first thing that I do when I have somebody, if I'm looking at the Opry lineup and I'm like, okay, how do I say this name? I am going to go straight to their social media pages and see if somebody else says their name, or if I can find an interview with them where another interviewer has introduced them. So just save yourself the trouble. If you want to be brought on stage a certain way, let us know. We'd like to help you.
Yesterday, Megan Taylor was here. Great niece she's Megan Taylor Anderson in her married life, but on stage, Megan Taylor. Mm-hmm. Chet Atkins, or Uncle Chester, as she referred
Uncle
to him.
Chester, that's right, yeah.
Chester Burton Atkins would have been 100 last month, and so they celebrate this year, for nearly 40 years, the Chet Atkins Appreciation Society, or
That's cool.
CAS.
Yeah.
ChetSociety.com. They start this morning at 9 at the Music City Sheridan. It runs through about 5 this afternoon. There are multiple stages. And then this evening, highlighted by John Knowles, CGP, who just came to see us recently in studio. It was wonderful. And Tommy Emmanuel will close tonight with a 10 o'clock show. And to Kelly's point, not Emmanuel, Tommy Emmanuel.
That's right.
So there you have it. But chatsociety.com for more information on that event that's going on through tomorrow. It started a couple of days ago.
It was really cool how she told us that he really went by Chester with everybody in the family. They called him Chester. He
Somebody
was
at the
Uncle
Opry
Chester.
introduced him as Chet, called him Chet,
And
I
that
think.
was
But she
it?
didn't say who it was, and it stuck.
Who would you guess it would be?
Boy, I don't know. During that time period. Could have been Grant.
Yeah.
Grant
Okay.
Turner.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool when you think about everyone in the world knows him as Chet, except for family. They all call him Chester. Oh, it's pretty neat.
He said when he would check into hotels on the road, sometimes they will use fake names to keep people know they're coming to town, so they find out where they stay. And he would use the name. He said people were always sending him mail with misspellings of his name, but his favorite was Chuck Akers.
Chuck Akers.
And so he would check into hotels as Chuck Akers at the front desk.
My favorite Friends episode, Chenandler Bong, instead of Chandler Bing. That's who would get the TV guide.
Chenandler Bong.
Chenandler Bong. All right, well, let's talk about Jelly Roll. He got to play his first show outside of the United States. And this doesn't seem like a big deal to everybody else. They're like, yeah, okay, big deal. He could not travel internationally because he didn't have a passport. He had a hard time getting visas because he had a record. I mean, he's really open about the fact that he spent most of his teenage years in and out of juvenile detention facilities, but then he also did a stint in the big house. And that's the one that has really caused him some issues. However, he got it all taken care of, and he was able to go to Canada. He even said, I kind of gave up hope that they were ever going to let me into Canada, man. I couldn't have asked for a better reception. So he goes out, he starts singing, and he brings out one of the Backstreet Boys. AJ McLean comes out on stage with him, and they did I Want It That Way. Of course, that's a Backstreet Boys classic. So I'm not really sure how they became friends, but apparently they are very close, and they got a chance to perform together in Canada. Congratulations, Jelly Roll. You're international, baby. There's no stopping you now. Don't know when he's going to be doing some international dates as far as like the UK, but he did tell me definitely on the 5-year plan. So if he can get everything taken care of and get over there, he will be over to see you very soon across the pond. Nate Smith, he is on a roll these days, guys. Not only has he been putting out amazing songs, he's just fun to watch. Super fun on social media. Did a collaboration with Avril Lavigne. Well, now he's going to be releasing a dance collab. So if you're thinking Nate Smith looks like he likes to dance, I think he does, because now he's going to be teaming up with a Swedish DJ and a producer named Alesso. It's a cross-genre collab called I Like It. The track arrives today. It's just he teased it on social media earlier, but it is going to be one of those, like, I would say Kane Brown and Marshmello. If you know that song, it's that same vibe where you've got a country star, they're doing their thing, and then you get some fun, funky beats underneath of it. And
so what we're doing
Nate's
is
going to be fun and funky.
Going back to the 90s and the dance mixes on these songs.
Yeah.
Because line dancing was so huge, and they do these extended mixes. Even Mark Chestnut, I remember, got in on that.
And line dancing is huge again. Have you seen what's going on at the Nashville Palace?
I have not, but I've heard about it.
It's huge. And my friend Radio Rod is over there like teaching. He's awesome. So, yeah, if you guys want line dancing lessons, Nashville Palace is the place to go. Nate's Bulletproof is at number 5 and currently climbing the charts. Luke Combs and Post Malone. Post Malone is pretty much collaborating with everybody these days, and I'm not mad about it. He had that song that he did with Morgan Wallen that went to number 1 and stayed there for 2 weeks. Then he released another song with Blake Shelton. That one just got put out this week, and now another one is coming, and this time it's with Luke Combs. Luke actually is the one that's helping promote this. He was on platform X, and he said, we got a song coming. It's called Guy. There's a guy for that. Got a guy for that. Because, you know, there's nobody that can pick up the pieces of the broken heart. So ain't got a guy for that is that part right there. Got a guy for that is the name, but ain't got a guy for that.
That's the hook.
The hook. which I kind of love. All right, if you're looking forward to Post Malone, his new album, F1 Trillion, will be coming out August 16th, and he's also going out on tour, the F1 Trillion Tour. You can grab tickets at postmalone.com. The stop that he's doing here in Nashville, it's a special thing that you have to win to get in with Bud Light, and it's next week, like August 16th. Then he's going to be doing his tour stop here in Nashville, October 19th. So those are the dates if anybody's in Nashville listening and they want to see him. Miranda Lambert, she's jumping on the Twisters train. There are so many people on this album. It's crazy. 29 different tracks, all connected to the movie Twisters, and it's coming out next week, July 19th. So Luke has a song on there, Ain't No Love in Oklahoma. Well, Miranda has a song on there called Ain't in Kansas Anymore. Take a listen. Ain't in Kansas anymore, y'all. This album is amazing. I mean, I'm more excited probably for the soundtrack than I am for the actual movie, although Glenn Powell is in the movie and he's not bad to look at. He was in the Top Gun reboot. Yeah, you know. He's kind of cute. So if you're looking forward to that, it's coming out on the 19th. Twisters soundtrack, and that song is from Miranda Lambert. Well,